I don't mind having a good scrap with people. I've had plenty of scraps in my time as the Minister of Treaty Negotiations.
An intricately carved whare that was stolen from a Gisborne iwi in the 1800s. The wharenui belongs to Rongowhakaata.
When the house was taken, it was like the umbilical cord was severed between our history and our people.
Confiscated by the Crown in 1867, it's been dismantled and moved 3 times. Finally ending up at Te Papa.
It's one of the greatest treasures that we have.
Now is the time for that to be shared here in Tūranga with the descendants of the people that crafted it.
And everybody's thinking, well, we want our hau back, once it's back here. And that's Kaipoho. But, as I'm saying, not quite yet.
Purchase your tracks.
Tänne ja Rongowhakaata tangata, ngā uri a te kārearea, o tatu mai ki a koe, ki HAU ake, I ngā kōrero, moha mokorau, here atua, here tipua.
Kanapa anna, hiko anna.
Toki tapu, konea Tūrangi nā tāleri, Haurongo ki te ahua ko huru matai, ka o te kaupeka nā toi kaira kaua. Ka pui te rangi, I te tinuku I te tirangi, he kau e ngā Māori, mo te toki pōtanga.
ko Rongowhakaata te iwi e kōrero atu nei au, o tira ko te HAU ki tūranga te whare tupuna, he mea hanga taua whare ki te tōtara i te tau 1840 mārua, e Raharuhi Rukupō, he tohunga whakairo, he rangatira mō Ngāti Kaipoho i Manutūkē.
Ai whakamaharatanga ki tōna tuakana a Tāmati Waka Māngere.
Koe nei tētahi o ngā tino whare o mātou Rongowhakaata, anō nei he taonga whakakitenga mo te ao katoa. Koe nei tētahi o ngā tino whare whakairo i roto o Aotearoa o te ao whānui hoki, he whakaatu nei i ngā tino pukenga o tō mātou nā tūpuna a Raharuhi Rukupō.
This house, with all its original carvings in it, gives us pride. You have to be able to go out and recognise carvings in a lot of houses and say, that's a Rukupō style or Tūranganui. It's easily identifiable. But I think you'll find that one of the significant things about the carvings used in this house is the timber that it's been carved from. It looks as though Rukupō has taken the natural curves of a tree and used that to present his work.
So this is a draftsman's impression of where it stood, and we're standing approximately on the site where it was. This whenua we're standing on is Orakaiapu, in close proximity to where it actually stood way back at that time. And yep, the river's there, that's how it was taken down, that's where it was loaded, and it's now in Te Papatongarewa. It was taken away.
And the
emphasis on forcibly.
Te wā o te pakanga, ka murua nā whenua o Rongowhakaata e te krauna. Ara tai atu huki ki tērā whare o tātou, te HAU ki tūranga.
Before 1869, Rongowhakaata had actively and profitably engaged with some of the Pākeha traders and settlers based in and around the small township of Tūranganui. But when the Crown acquired that land in 1869, it was renamed and cut up for settlement. So by 1870, your place, Tūranganui, was gone, replaced by the Pākeha town of Gisborne. So Gisborne came into existence through the confiscation of Rongowhakaata lands. And the Crown had been trying to get this land since 1851. And they got nowhere. So Māori authority, Rangatira Tāmati endured until war and confiscation forced Rongowhakaata to give in to the Crown's demands. I think Raharuhi Rukupō, for one, he certainly knew what the Crown was after. As early as 1861, he wrote to Governor Grey and said, "We are aware of the proper view of your word, namely, it has two sides. And within ourselves, your word will not abide true. Because we have the land in possession from which flows fatness, and from the fatness of our land, we derive what we are now possessed of, namely money. This will be the cause or the reason for which he, the governor, will fight against us." So they knew, they were making too good a job of being successful in the colonial era, and they knew that the government was going to come after them. Rongowhakaata and other people were striving to stay neutral and uphold the peace, because they knew that any conflict would give the Crown the excuse it wanted to push into Turanga. The arrival of Crown forces and hundreds of their Māori allies from up the east coast, you know who, they came down in November 1865, and that made it clear that the Crown was dead set on war. When the Crown defeated the 700 Māori besieged at Waitangi, that was a fight in which 71 Māori were killed and hundreds of prisoners taken. So this has been called the hinge of fate, that one week of less than a week of the siege, because it was the future of the district and its iwi turned on that hinge, and the establishment of that Crown power at the point of a gun changed everything. Rongowhakaata, who remained at Tūranga in 1865, got so thoroughly plundered by Crown forces, and I'm including the Crown's Māori allies, so seriously plundered of all their crops, their stock and their food stores that some actually died of starvation. There was so little food left. And about 1,000 Māori in the district had to rely on meagre government rations right through the winter of 1866. Another politician put it more plainly. He said the land was taking the land under the Act basically amounted to begging with a bludgeon. So people were sort of forced to give it up under threat of arms. So Rongowhakaata held out for about 2 years, and the only thing the Crown did manage to confiscate wasn't land, but the whare that we'd just been in, HAU KI TÖRANGA. It didn't use any special legislation then when it stole that taonga. I mean, plain old brute force did the trick. There were collectors in Australia who were after it, and well, New Zealand should have it first. The people who took it said, we did it by the axe and the tomahawk. So yeah, it was basically stolen. If Waitangi Hika hadn't happened, then the whare wouldn't have been stolen, but once there were armed encampments all over the place and everyone was deemed to be, a rebel, it gave the Crown a bit of a free hand. If they'd resisted, if they'd attacked the people breaking up the whare and taking it away, the next day there would have been troops there. People had tried to hide it. It was hidden under a pile of processed flax and various bits and pieces to sort of disguise it, but it didn't work. Because of the confiscation and Crown purchasing, as early as 1869, when the township deed was arranged, the Crown realised it had already made Rongowhakaata landless. With most iwi around the country, it's well into the 20th century before the Crown sort of twigs, but this is at the very same time that they're confiscating land and buying the township, they realise that Rongowhakaata don't have any land left to sustain themselves.
Despite many petitions from the iwi for its return, the HAU KI TÖRANGA has been held by the Crown in Wellington for over 100 years.
Between 1936 and when they took the house in 1867, 55 parts of this house somehow disappeared. All the carvings, as far as we know at the moment, are possibly not in their right order.
But there are pieces that have sprung up around the world, different pieces that show stylistic similarities to what our tipunas have done that exist. Some of them are in private collections. That's going to be another conversation. I don't know whether they're like a Maori rocking up to their place in America asking for a piece back. So it's a conversation that the board will need to have with Te Papa and the Crown.
I was there when they took all the pieces together, and we shifted it. So the whole of Rongowhakaata moved. We went there on buses. There was a big crowd. And I tell you, it was the most moving sight I'd ever seen. We carried the poes through the street, po by po, right down through the streets. And I think it would have been the first time they've ever seen such a thing, ever done in the city. And that was the HAU KI TÖRANGA.
It was confiscated by the Crown in 1867 and is a powerful symbol of the injustices that Rongowhakaata have suffered at the hands of the Crown. In this settlement, the Crown will acknowledge and apologise for some of the most grievous treaty breaches it committed anywhere in this land.
Minister, Rongowhakaata are looking at a relocation option for Te HAU KI TÖRANGA that'll cost $25 million, and they want the Crown to pay for it. Is that going to happen?
I met with Rongowhakaata this morning, and I've been meeting with their representatives over time. You would have seen in that piece that I was shown that I said that Te HAU KI TÖRANGA belongs back home in Gisborne, and I'm going to be working with them to ensure that happens.
You've made promises to Rongowhakaata of ongoing Crown assistance, but Willie Te Aho from Te HAU KI TÖRANGA Trust has accused you of reneging on those promises. What's your response to that?
Well, I don't want to get into a slanging match on this fine program with Willie Te Aho, but I'm dealing with the leaders of Rongowhakaata, and I think they know I'm a man of my word. And simply because I don't respond to his emails, often sent in block capitals at 2 a.m, doesn't mean that I'm not deadly serious about working with Rongowhakaata on this matter.
Te Papa will now work with the iwi to restore the whare. and accepts its rightful owners may want to take it home to the east coast, something the iwi is still deciding.
Until we're ready, I think it's safe and happy where it is.
We don't know at this stage what the ongoing operational costs are. The iwi have said that not 1 cent of the Rongowhakaata settlement should be used on the whare, and that's in response to those initial promises made by the government.
It's been shared with the nation for over 100 years. It's entirely fair and appropriate that central government make a significant contribution to the ongoing costs.
I imagine it as a centre of excellence, of innovation, of who we are as a people, but also where we're going to.
Tirohia, katoa ngā kōrero kei tēnei o ngā whare. Mai te whenua e kōrero nei ki a tātou.
Nā kia koe e Rukupō, e mokopuna tēnei nā te painamu nau hoatu. Nā ko hinei wirangi tēnei e whakahoki ana i ngā mihi.
Coming into the whare, feeling mixed of emotions, confusion as well, because we had a lot of aroha to this whare, but also a lot of mamai.
I don't think it's like a sense of overwhelming, but you can still feel how, I don't know, the essence is going on in here.
Kārehe akoranga e tū atu I te hara mai ki tēnei o ngā whare.
One feeling that was obvious to me was I feel a lot closer to home now.
You know, we struggle to know who we are, to understand who we are as a people. We have to relearn and search for the things that make us organic to our whenua. And I think that this is what the house has to do too. So it is no wonder that it has all this confusion, these feelings of confusion that sits within it, because we have them within ourselves as well. It's a symbol of who we are and how we have to roll. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for us. It's a challenge for this whare.